everybody, what's up? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, coming at you from the Wicked Awesome Grow Room. And today I'm so excited, even though it's a little bit late, we are going to get our melons started, including the Kajari melon. So at this point, I have never actually successfully grown any kind of melon, and I'll tell you why. The first year, I didn't even try to grow melons because I was growing in a small container garden on my porch. And when I say small, it feels small to me, but every one of my friends will tell you that I went insane and did a pretty massive porch garden. Even though I had a small space, and then I took over the back patio, and then the next year I extended it to the little patch of ground in front of the house and all down the steps. And I did get a little carried away growing over 30 different vegetables on a small porch and a small back patio that really got almost no sun. I did attempt in my second year to grow these Inspire hybrid cantaloupe, but it didn't work out, and I'll tell you why. If you watch some of my other videos, especially the ones where I'm talking about labeling things and why I'm such a stickler for it, that was the year of my unlabeled squash fiasco. I planted summer squash, zucchini, spaghetti squash, and cantaloupe, and I seeded them in one big section, and I forgot to label. In my brain, I figured I will remember which one I sowed where. And if you've ever done that, you know that that's never how it works. I had no idea which was which, so I picked one plant from each cell and figured that that would give me at least one of each kind of plant. Except somehow things got mixed up and I ended up having 3 of the summer squash, 1 zucchini, and then I pulled out 1 more, and then it grew in this big long vine, and it would throw off flowers, but it would never actually develop into fruit. So I have no idea to this day whether it was a spaghetti squash or was it a cantaloupe. This year I am going to be meticulous. I want to know exactly what I'm planting where. So I already have my labels set up. It also helps that this is on video so I can go back and I can reference later. Our last frost date here in Zone 6B, northeastern Massachusetts, was supposed to be roughly around April 30th. So now it is May 3rd. We are past that, and there is nothing in the forecast below about 45 degrees at night. There actually hasn't been a night below 45 degrees in a couple of weeks, which is why my beans are already planted outside. Even though it's still a tiny bit cool for them, they'll get germinating anyway. It'll be fine. Now, melons actually do very well if you direct sow them outdoors after the danger of frost. But I like it to be a little bit warmer when these go outside. And also, they're going to take their time germinating and getting started if I were to plant them right now. I'm going to start these indoors. Also, if you're going to start them indoors, you should start them 3 to 4 weeks before your last frost. But I've been a little distracted and busy helping friends and with my show and all this other stuff. So I'm just getting to them now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let them germinate indoors. And because I don't want to go through the hassle of all the hardening off process, once they germinate and they're starting to pop up above the soil and unfurl those first baby leaves, I'm going to put them out inside my greenhouse, and that's going to have the cover on it, so it'll keep them warmer and protected from a little bit of the sun, but I won't have to go up and down and up and down and up and down the stairs to have them hardened off. When it's time to harden them off, I can just take them out for a little bit, put them back in, take them out, put them back in without having to go up and down stairs, which is a pain in the butt. So they'll get a good fast start. By the time I put them outside, it'll be a little bit warmer. We're having consistently days in the 60s, nights in the low 50s, a few that are in the upper 40s. But by the time these go out in about 2, maybe 3 weeks, it'll have warmed up significantly outside. We'll be almost to Memorial Day weekend, and May weather is just fantastic. So tonight I'm going to plant the Inspire Hybrid Cantaloupe, and that's the one that I tried to grow last year, but may not have even gotten into the ground. That may have been a spaghetti squash, we'll never know. So this year I'm really excited. I'm going to get those in. These are a small personal sized melon. They're about 1 to 2 pounds. So I'm hoping that they're very prolific and grow quite a few. Should probably plant maybe 2 plants of these. They are also a hybrid, so I won't be saving seeds from these. I'm just going to let them grow crazy. The next cantaloupe is Hearts of Gold, and this is a very prolific heirloom variety. So I will be using blossom bags on these to try and keep it true to type so that I can save the seeds and grow them next year. These are a bit larger than the Inspire Hybrid. They're about 3 pounds. They're very fleshy and supposed to be super, super sweet. I'm also going to be growing Bush Sugar Baby watermelons. I didn't mean to get the bush variety. That was a bit of an oops. So the vines only get about 3 to 4 feet. So they're not going to go all the way up and over that cattle panel trellis like the other ones hopefully will to fill it out. But, you know, we'll just keep them down, and that just means that the others can spread out more over the top. So that's fine with me. Now, these can grow up to 12 pounds. So these can be some decent size watermelons, and I'm really going to have to support them with some hammocks. You can use pantyhose for this. Those work very well, but I actually crochet granny square hammocks, and that will be an upcoming video where I show you how I do those and how I use them. And then finally, the much anticipated Kajari Melon. I am so excited for these. I have seen them on Roots and Refuge, of course, for so long, and they just look so beautiful up on those arched trellises, and how they're all dark green and light green, and just they look really so cool until they finally ripen into these orange and green striped melons. And they're a personal sized melon, so they're about this big, and they're what's known as a slip melon, which means that when they are ripe, not only do you know because they've turned that nice orange, but also they will just slip right from the vine. So the thing about harvesting melons, you want to wait until that vine is no longer green, till that vine is just starting to die right where it attaches. And so it's a little different with the Kajari melons because they'll just boop, pop right off. So it kind of takes the guesswork out. But you can also tell kind of by feel and just the color. I'm excited. I can't wait to try them. They're going to look so good and they're going to taste so delicious. Yay! Let's take you in so you can see what I'm doing. I have already filled these 2.5-inch pots with a pre-moistened seed starting mix, and that's a Jiffy Organic seed starting mix as well as a brick of cocoa coir mixed in. It's going to give them really good moisture retention without keeping them too soggy, and it's going to be nice and fine so that those seedlings can pop right up. The reason I am doing 2.5-inch pots is because melons don't really love to have their roots disturbed. So we want to make it as easy a transplant as possible so that we can just take these out, pop them right into the soil without having to really jigger them too much. So I'm going to start with these Kajari melons, and you can see this is what their seeds look like. And I'm going to put 2 in each cell just to make sure that they germinate and I actually get some melons. So we're going to put kind of 1 in one corner and 1 near the other corner. You want to have them about a 1/2 inch down. And I'm not pressing these too far down because I'm going to take some more soil and sprinkle it along the top. So let's put the rest of these back. I got to hand it to Baker Creek because this was supposed to be a minimum of 10 seeds, and I ended up with 21. So thank you, Baker Creek. I'm going to get these Sugar Baby watermelon here. And just like the Kajari melon, you want to plant them about 1/2 inch down into the soil. So I'm just going to press them down the tiniest bit so that I can cover them with more soil. And I'm again putting 2 in each of these 2.5-inch pots, just to make sure that I get at least 1 from each. When I plant these outside, I'm going to plant them about 8 inches apart. And I know that seems really, really close. We're going to go on to the Hearts of Gold Cantaloupe. Oh, I don't need that many. Oh, I should show you what these Bush Baby watermelon seeds look like. And it's just kind of like a watermelon seed you'd see in a watermelon you get from the store. There we go. Right, so like I said, 8 inches feels like it is very close. And it is, but we can do that because we are growing up an arched trellis. There is plenty of room for them to grow and vine out. If you were planting these in ground, then you would want to give them at least 3 to 4 feet of space each, because they do tend to be space hogs. Now, if you notice, I'm putting in 3 of these Inspire hybrid cantaloupes in each cell here. And that is because these are older seed. These are a couple of years old, and I want to make sure that I do get germination. So I'm giving an extra 1 in each just to make sure. So there we go. And they are labeled, and just to make sure they're correct: Kajari Melon, Sugar Baby Watermelon, Hearts of Gold, Inspire Hybrid. So these will go up over the arched trellis, and they'll be grown next to the tomatoes, and I think I'm going to be putting some peppers over there. So they will get full sun. They love all the sun you can give them, and they like it warm. Another note about transplanting these out to the garden: melons are extremely heavy nitrogen feeders. And at this point, I'm starting to think, what isn't? Potatoes are heavy nitrogen feeders. Peppers, tomatoes are heavy nitrogen feeders. Eggplant, like the list goes on. Nitrogen, nitrogen, nitrogen is so important in your soil. So when transplanting these, you want to give them a good fertilizer. I'm going to use that Garden Tone organic fertilizer. That's going to give them some immediate nutrients as well as some slow release nitrogen. But I'm also going to feed them with blood meal, because that's going to give them that nitrogen boost that they really need to kickstart and get a really healthy beginning to their growing season. And then about halfway through the summer, somewhere in July, I'm going to hit them with some more blood meal just to give them a boost. These are a long season grow, so make sure you have the time. The Inspire hybrid isn't so bad. It's about 65 days to harvest, but you've also got to remember that days to harvest is not from the day you plant the seed. It's from about when you transplant your seed starts out into the garden. So I'm going to plant these outside in about 3 to 4 weeks, and then I should get cantaloupe from the Inspire hybrid about 2.5 months after that. And that's it. We've got our cantaloupes in. I just realized I'm wearing a cantaloupe colored shirt, so this was just right for this particular episode. These Kajari melons, actually, it does not tell me how long they take to harvest. So we're going to find out. The Bush Babies take about 80 days. And unless the Kajari melons are longer, I think the longest is going to be these Hearts of Gold, which are 90 days. So even though I'm not transplanting these out until the middle to end of May, I'm not going to have any cantaloupe until the end of August, probably, at least. So we'll see. Wish me luck. Hopefully this year is the year that we actually get melons for sure in the garden, and we get some harvested by the end of summer. I can't wait for those Kajari melons. You have no idea how excited I am inside. Inside I am bouncing, going, Kajari melons, yay! And now I have a dog because she can't wait one more minute for attention, huh, Mia? Mia, you a good girl? You a good girl? Oh, she's such a love bug. She insists on hugs. Oh. Anyway, thank you for coming along while I get these planted up. And I will take you along with me when I transplant them into the raised beds so that you can see how I do that and how we fertilize them. I can't wait to see these filling out that arch trellis. It's going to be 10 feet straight, full of cucumbers and melons and squash. It's going to look amazing. Can't wait to see it. I hope you can't wait either. So make sure you click that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, throw a comment in the box so that I know that you're watching. I love engaging with all of you that are watching these videos. It's been a lot of fun. And thanks for coming along while we grow some wicked awesome melons from yard to table. Say bye, Mia. She's like, I'm not going to look at the camera. I just want to look at you, Mom. Oh, baby. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please click here for more content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to go through this journey with you while we grow something wicked awesome from yard to table.